This holiday, BMW has reunited 3 members of the family at the BMW Road Home Sales event. The Agile X3, engineered for any adventure. The plug-in hybrid X5, commanding the streets with unmatched presence. And the all-electric i4, charging into the future with impeccable performance. Hurry in to find what powers your journey at the BMW Road Home Sales event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit Valley BMW Center today for attractive lease and finance offers.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McElmore.
All right. Woo! Hello and welcome to a special edition of the WSBI podcast program. This evening, you will be spending moments with Lady K and
Mistah T.
All right. Hello. Welcome, Mr. T.
So, hola, ¿qué pasa, Lady K? ¿Cómo está?
Sí, señor. All right.
For our listeners out there, I said, hola, hello, how you doing? How are you?
Woo, it is going to be a wild night tonight. Everything is going great. Oh, man. You guys, a great topic of discussion to talk about. And
yes, indeed.
Yeah, and that topic is going to be what to expect when faced with the unexpected. That is a loaded question, right?
Yes.
Ooh, a loaded one. And then we have a lot of other great topics of discussion, like we're going to do some shout outs and some great reminders. We got some fall fashion trends to talk about. We got some upcoming changes to talk about on the show. And we have some, of course, events within the local community here. But before we get to all of that, what are we going to talk about first?
Well, we're going to tell the listeners a little bit about who we are and why they should be listening to us on Thursdays live at 7 o'clock. Hello,
exactly. So why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, sir?
Oh, I always feel like I should say ladies first, but then
I know, but you know what? I'm feeling a little on the squishy side tonight, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Like, I always want to say ladies first, but then I'm like, well, I don't mind talking about myself to the listeners a little bit. But to tell everyone about myself, I am Mistah T, also known as T, very affectionately by my students. Whether you come to my cycle class or my Zumba classes, they all know me as T. And then all my friends call me T, and my niece calls me Uncle T, so I'm T. So there we go. And I'm not giving any tea today for anybody who knows about spilling tea, so I'm not doing any of that. So don't worry about that. But oh my gosh, about me, I feel so winded because I just finished walking the dog. And he's a handful. And I feel like that's my entire existence at the moment is the dog. I feel like everything's appropriated around the dog. Or that's not appropriated, but everything is arranged around the dog.
You love Pepper. You know you love you some Pepper.
I do.
Right?
I love Pepper. By the way, listeners, my dog's name is Pepper. But it's like, oh my gosh, I have to walk the dog. Or somebody has to walk the dog. Who's going to walk the dog? Who's going to feed the dog? And it's it's all about the dog. When we come in from walking the dog, how was the walk? And we check in. How'd everything go? And we've been walking this dog for 6 months now. So I'm basically, I guess I'll say I'm uber obsessed with my dog. A Shih Tzu, by the way. A larger Shih Tzu, for those listeners who are curious. Like I said, his name is Pepper. And he is pepper gray and white. So that's the name Pepper. Mm-hmm. And I'm a dance fitness instructor and cycle instructor here in Northern Virginia, out in the DMV. Shout out to DC, Maryland, and Virginia. What? And I'm here trying to pave my way and make my way and do my own thing and trying to stay black and try to protect my magic as I go along. So there we go.
I was gonna say the stay black part. I don't think you have a choice in that matter.
Well, skin bleaching is a real thing. So, although I don't have those kind of
Oh
things
gosh.
going on. But yeah, I mean, technically in this day and age, you can change just about anything you want. But
You got that right. Mm-hmm.
as one of my teachers taught me back in the 11th or 12th grade, she said and it was an honors class. She said, the only thing you have to do is stay black and die.
Amen.
And I'm like, ever since then, I said, amen. That's all I got. So you born black, you die black. No matter how you change your shade or your pigmentation.
Exactly. You are who you are, right?
And then eventually we all got to die, right? I mean, I've worked in healthcare, so eventually we all got to go.
That's right. That's inevitable. That is the one thing we cannot change. Like you said, staying who we are. If you're black, you're black, no matter what you do. And the inevitable is that we're going to leave. So you better enjoy it while you can. But before we before we get in too deep in some of our discussions, you're done telling a little bit more about yourself, or
I'm done. I think the listeners have heard enough about me. I think they want to hear about you, Lady K. So let's hear about you, honey. What's going on with you?
It has been a whirlwind for me, and for those who don't know who I am, they call me not just Lady K, but I'm also author Kimberly McLemore, and I am actually the new award-winning Entrepreneur of the Year. So I'm just truly happy about that as author Kimberly McLemore, and of course I have 2 books that I have recently had out, and got a third one coming on the way. But my first one was How to Be a Success by Just Being You, and then the second was a memoir. It is a story about my issues of dealing with domestic violence. So it's Deception of the Heart. So it's called A Real Look Into Domestic Violence. I'm not going to tell you what the third one is just yet, but I'm also the CEO and founder of the Women's Small Business Initiative, and I am also the founder of Author Kimberly M. McLemore, LLC. So that's a little bit about me. And of course, I have a multitude of other things that I do throughout the day, but this is what is my love. I have another awesome radio and TV show. So if there's any authors out there, we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I also have a show that, you can come on my show and talk about your books called The Author's Corner. So I'll give you information about that, but that's who I am, of course, in a quick nutshell, because, I don't want to really just talk about me all night, but definitely, because I know I'm a great topic to talk about, but it can get a little boring. It can get a little boring. I'm sure the listeners are saying these two right here. So
Beyonce said, "I'm the topic of all this conversation."
There you
better
go.
Get information.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, but it is time to move on to our topic of discussion. And I'm going to let you start this out, because I think there's some things that you got on your mind, this time.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit BMWUSA.com for details.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while ice skating for 2 is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Topic of what to expect when faced with the unexpected, and then so really we're focused on how do you react, what happens to you when the unexpected. So I'm gonna let you dive into this first.
Okay, well, Hey, listeners, once again, Mr. T is back. um,
And back with a vengeance, okay?
back with a vengeance. Raw. Of course, I can't be too loud because my dog might try to bite me because he doesn't like loud sounds. Anyway, no, he's cool. Anyway, so what to expect when you're faced with the unexpected? And no one really knows really what to say about that because we never really know. It's like when we all give advice. Someone asks a question, and then they give us that advice, but they say, I haven't been in that situation, but if I was, this is what I would do.
Right.
But no one really knows what they would do in that situation until they're actually in the situation, and then that's kind of when you start to find out who you really are as a person. When you're faced with it. And so, I'll share with the listeners my personal experience over the last month or so. I was laid off of my job, and, it's sad. Oh, wah, 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 wah. Crying is over. But it was something that within my particular position and within the company that I work with, I was new to the company, and we all kind of saw what was going on. And so it wasn't something that blindsided me completely. I'll say that much. It was something that I thought that I had, like, in my mind, I thought, I'll make it through the summer before this happens, or at least maybe a couple more months before this happens. Because,
Right.
and I'll be honest with that, I actually started looking months before, and you and I had a conversation about that and how I was looking. And you're like, "Well, you just started there," and I was like, "Things ain't. Some over here ain't right."
Right.
And so, and I was just being honest, and I didn't go into detail with you because I just needed to, because I just thought I had a little bit of time there,
Right.
and with that, I just was putting my feelers out there, and I reworked my resume and sending it out. But when we think about being faced with the unexpected, I think a lot of times we know what's coming. We kind of see it, the writings on the wall, as that proverbial statement goes.
Right.
And so we can't really be surprised usually by that event because it's not necessarily unusual. And I think to some degree we have to always exist in the state of knowing that anything could happen, and it probably will, and we should kind of be ready for it. So it's not that you can't get comfortable where you are, but sometimes I think, depending on where we are and what we're doing, we just need to constantly be aware of not becoming complacent.
Right.
And not to say that I was in that space, but it happened, and ironically, it happened on like the worst day ever. It was on a Friday, so it was cool. And I will say this, like, I got a shout out from the Read. Shout out to the Read podcast. I was wearing their shirts, and I got shouted out on their Instagram page. And one of my whoop whoop. All right. Shout out to Kid Fury and Crystal. I'm sure they don't listen to us, but if they ever do, then I'm giving them a shout out. Because I listen to their show every week. Also, like, one of my favorite local instructors, it was like, "Hey, I'm coming to your class." And she popped into my class that evening, and I had a huge turnout, and people didn't even know she was coming, and it was just like like astronomical. I was like, where did all these bodies come from? I don't normally have this many people here, so it was like a stellar day, and it was the payday, so you can't go wrong with that.
Right.
And it was a Friday, so I was like, hey, it's cool. But in getting down to things, immediately the next week, I was on it. I was hustling, doing my thing, and I can gratefully say I've had multiple interviews, but I'm in a situation where I still haven't kind of clicked that bait, and so I don't know if I can completely answer the question, and I feel like I'm taking a lot of time, but I wanted to give an analogy about our topic of discussion about, what to do when faced with the unexpected.
Right.
And so to put it in layman's terms, a lot of us fly. And anybody who flies regularly, they know firsthand, what things are going to be like when they get to the airline, when they board the plane,
Mm-hmm.
how they deal with their luggage. And so, if you think about the way things used to be, let's see, I'm in my early 40s, late 30s, blah, 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 blah. So back when I was young, you used to check your luggage.
Right.
And anything you were bringing with you, you checked it. And then you got on the plane, and unless you had something really small that you were carrying with you, you checked that, you brought that with you on the plane. But nowadays, you can take on the plane with you whatever you're carrying with you to your destination, and you're fine. And so when what to do with faced with the unexpected, airlines didn't expect for passengers to adapt to them so quickly,
Right.
and overstuff their overhead luggage. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I don't know about you, Lady K, but
I try to carry it as least as possible. Like, I don't even care if I got to pay that $24. I don't want to carry no bags.
Well, sometimes though, when you want to get off that plane and you like, I got a connecting flight, and I don't know if my bag is gonna make it from your plane to the next one, or if you're getting off and like your deadline is close and you're tight. A lot of people, or some people just want to have their stuff.
Yeah,
And now airlines have made it so people can just have their stuff close to them. So like I brought, maybe you brought 2 pairs of jeans and 4 pairs of trousers and a couple shirts and ladies a dress and a skirt, because we all know how to roll and fold and stuff socks and shoes and and make stuff work. And so you do that, but the airlines didn't really plan for that. And so go ahead.
Yeah, I think that really they just thought that people weren't going to just do it because it seemed to be inconvenient, but at the same time it's become more convenient. I think just for me personally, I'm just at that point in my life kind of old and set my ways, like, you know what, I'm not doing that. I want to just come on here and not have to worry about carrying a whole bunch of extra bags. I just hope and pray that they get there. I've only had maybe one time in all the years I've been traveling where my stuff did not make it on time, but normally it, like you said, we're kind of used to the system, so I think it works out perfectly fine for me. But it's all about, I think for everybody today, it's about convenience. But I think at the same time, these airlines thought that, hey, if we charge people more or if we start doing this and that, people are not.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for 2 is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Going to be adapt to that, but people have actually made it worse for them because, like I said, everybody is now saying, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick my stuff in here. I'm not going to wait till I get off. I just want to be able to get up and go. And then some people are even really slick, right? Where you ever notice the people come in the airport and they know good and doggone well their bag is not going to fit, right? They get up to that counter, or they get up to the counter and be like, oh, I didn't know that. And they're like, you're going to have to put that in the back. So guess what? They don't have to pay for it. They just take them and put it in the back anyway. See, so some people are very clever.
And sometimes, because this has happened to me multiple times, where you luck out. Where they say, oh, we're booked to capacity, so anybody who wants to check their luggage free of charge at the gate, we'll take care of that for you. So then you get your luggage checked, and it goes underneath the plane. It still reaches the destination, and you know it's going to your destination because you can look out the window and see them putting your luggage on the plane, and you know it's getting, and you didn't have to pay anything extra. So I'm like, they really missed the ball with that, and I think now airlines are in a situation to bring, I guess, it full circle, where they're having to face the unexpected, where they weren't prepared for that. Even all the smells, when people bring food and whatever stuff they got on board, and all that other and the third, trying to make up for what they thought was going to be something easy. They now made it was easy at first, but now it's become more difficult, because everybody wants to bring their luggage on board, and them trying to make it easy. And I kind of thought that analogy, because of my other half, who loves travel, loves being on airplanes, loves being in airports, loves destinations. I don't love any of that. I like getting I like being in A and getting to B. Exactly. I don't need anything extra. I don't want to tour the airport. This one likes to go around. I'm going to check out the terminal. Go for it. Oh, I just want to get all the extra mileage points. That's fine. I'm going to be right here. You can leave your bag right here, because this is where I'm going to be when you get back. But that's not unexpected anymore. That's something that we expect in any time that we travel. I'm staying put. You can go off, and I'll be right here.
But I'm sitting here listening, and I like your analogy, but I also want to kind of go backtrack a little bit about what you were saying earlier, that you didn't think that you have completed, I think is what you said, what you're going through, this unexpected piece. And I think that that you got it wrong. I think that you were doing a phenomenal job with what you're going through, even though you kind of anticipated that there were some things going on. You were preparing yourself for it, and so you have dealt with the unexpected. And even though it still hits you in a certain way, you still said, you know what, I've had my pity party time. Now it's time for me to get up and do what I need to do. And at the same time, you're thankful for all that has been done, and you know that just is not the right place for you. So, I think you have evolved in that part. I don't think that you have not completed your journey. I just think that you're the new doors are going to be open, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, that God has given you a new opportunity, because that just wasn't the right place for you,
Amen.
There you go. All right.
Amen. Well, what about you, Lady K? We've talked about my thoughts about what to do when you're faced with the unexpected. How do you feel about that?
Well,
other than my piece of it, what do you think about it? Well, and now listeners know my business too, so I'm like, there it is. They'll be like, oh, that's the man right there. I'm like, no, y'all don't know me.
No, hey, for me, I have been through so many unexpected things in my life. That's part of the reason how I ended up writing a book about one, and it's just one of those situations for me where I have been taught to be strong about everything, so sometimes it's extremely hard for me to break myself down, and I've had to learn to prepare myself for those certain levels in my life. So I'm the type of person, look, when something happens to me and I get angry about it, that part's not hard, but I've learned to bounce back very easily, and I've had to go back and kind of reevaluate that bouncing back sometimes, and realize that it's better to go through the process, go right through it, versus trying to go around it and acting as if it doesn't exist. So sometimes, when I'm faced with that unexpected, I just learn to deal with it. I may not always like it. I may not like how I always deal with it, but at the end of the day, I find that it makes it easier for me to come on the other side, on the other side of that door, to realize that I faced it. It's done, and now it's time to move on. So, I think for me, it just is what it is. Like I said, there's just a lot of things about me about being resilient, and I've been made to be resilient for whatever reason. It was like, hey, like my dad kind of used to be like, you go sit in that corner, you can cry, you do your crying, but doggone it, when you get done, I want you to get back up and do what you need to do.
Right.
So that I have been made that way for years, and it's just kind of, for here I am 52, so it's like it's been embedded and embedded in me just consistently, and now I'm learning to kind of, like I said, reevaluate who I am and figure out all the pieces that come with that, and just deal with it, and realizing it's okay to say, hey, a mistake was either made, or this happened, it wasn't your fault, and I quit beating myself about it, but I can still get up and be able to move forward. And I think that's a lot about what I talk about, and even in my situation of having to deal with domestic violence, those are the things that I focus on is not the things that happen to me. It's about focusing on where you're going, how you move forward. And so now I use that for every piece and every portion of my life, because I think that one unexpected thing just opened my eyes so much to the point where it hit me like a rock. Because when you think that you have people who care about you, and then one day all of a sudden you realize that person doesn't give a 2 cents about you, and you learn because they're telling you through how the voice, the things that they say to you, the words that they use against you, the mighty hand of that fist that they want to use, all those things, brings out the dramatic part of your life. And so you either learn to deal with it and you learn to realize that you're going to go through a certain process, or either you're going to find yourself, sometimes for some it's tragedy, and so it's been an eye-opener. So, this topic, I think, is a really good topic to talk about, because as we all know in life, we realize that 90%, of how you react to things is what really makes a difference. It's that,
exactly.
What's the saying goes, 90% or 10% or how you react, or whatever the case is. And that's really what it boils down to. So, we can't, sometimes it's inevitable that you cannot stop the unexpected, but it's your reactions is what really counts. So,
yeah. I think I've learned that in my time that, when we're at our bottom, so to speak, how we react to it, that shows us who we truly are as a person. Absolutely. At our core. And then that's when you learn about yourself, and you learn whether or not you need to maybe adjust some things or maybe just accept them. And also, being a person of color,
yes,
that's just something that I think that's ingrained in to some degree. I feel like it's ingrained in our DNA, where we're resilient. Like, we look at a situation, we accept it for what it is. And we sometimes we take a moment and we're just like, oh.
Right.
And then
right.
we get up and then we're like, okay, I've been in the moment, but now I got to make some things happen. And we pray, we cross our eyes and we'll cross our T's and dot our I's. And we pray on it, but as I say, the Lord helps those who help themselves. And so we think about that. And so we got to start putting the energy out there, putting out what we want to have happen to us. So, if you want a better job, you got to keep looking for it. And sometimes you got to hold out until it comes around. And, be like, oh, well, this is the job that I know is coming at me, and flashing this money. But if you want something a little bit better, sometimes you got to hold out and keep waiting. So, I think that we've learned more often than not to kind of worked through our downtrodden times,
right?
And more so than other folks, and we make it happen. And I'm glad that you made it through to the other side, and you are doing wonderful things, Lady K. And
thank you,
Mr.
Right
there
T.
on your heels.
Yes, you are. You're a huge
I'm
part. Yeah, but you know what? You're also a huge part of everything that I do and all the endeavors and things that I've been accomplishing. So I absolutely have to thank you for that. Because I have a small team of people that are around me that I truly love and appreciate. You guys have no idea. So I'm shouting out to all those who know who I'm talking about.
Hey.
And you are one of them, and those who are listening, they know who I'm talking about. So, I do, realize that there absolutely is that light on the other side of the tunnel, but it's always great to know that you have people on the other end of that light that are there for the right reasons, so it makes it much easier and simpler to move forward and keep doing the things and progressing the things that I truly believe that are helpful for others, that need that same assistance that they may not be getting now. That's my goals and my dreams, is to ensure that any person who needs the help, that's been through what I've been through, doesn't know how to get out of that stuck, scenario. Hey, I'm here for you. But you know what? Okay. It's time to breathe. Time to breathe. Yes, indeed.
Time to breathe.
All right. Time to breathe. But yeah.
We're going to sweep the floor here. We're going to sweep the floor. We're going to sweep the floor and clear the path.
Exactly. But, this topic of discussion, I think, was necessary. We've spent quite a few minutes on it, but it's something sometimes it's better to air and talk about it while it's fresh, and then you never know who you're going to be reaching. We talk a lot about that, how, what we may be going through, we may be enlightening somebody else. So,
Indeed.
I'm glad that we were able to spend some time on this so that, people can understand that it gives them an opportunity to think about really what does it mean about expecting and dealing with the unexpected.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Whew, it's time to move on, Sugar Pie. Time to move on to some more
All
stuff.
right.
We have I can't believe we're already almost at the end of September, which is
I know.
I cannot put it past my head. It's like, really, we're in September, and actually this weekend starts fall.
Right.
And it's like Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. I can't keep up with the days anymore. I think
Yeah,
it's
like the
Saturday.
21st, 22nd, one of those
yeah.
days.
And so, here it is. Autumn is coming. It's around the corner. And actually, they're talking about how the weather is going to start changing this weekend. So we're going to start getting that little chill in the air in the evening. So, yeah, so everybody get ready for it, because it is here. It is here. I can't believe it, but it is absolutely here. And then, of course, in the month of September, and we have the birthdays. So who's ever Virgos and Libras out there, hey, shout out to y'all. Happy birthday.
Shout out to Beyonce 9481.
That's
I'm a
right.
Beyonce fan. 9481.
Are you wearing your Beyonce shirt right now?
I'm not, but I am looking at it, because I do have it. It just happens to be draped over a chair close to me, so I'm just looking at it. Just because they just happen to be out, but that was perfect though. I'm a huge Beyonce fan. If Beyonce is listening, if she ever is listening, I'm like your number one fan. I love you. I think you're awesome. I cannot afford any of your tickets right now because they are way out of my budget. So, but I have a vigil every time when she was here in Arlington, in Northern Virginia.
She was here. Yeah, she was there. That was
having
crazy.
a little vigil. I put on my favorite Beyonce songs when I was in the car, and I was like, yes, get my life. And that was the best I could do, because like back in the day, a little sidebar really quick, since we have a little bit of time. Me and my friends, when I was in Charlotte, and I was like just out of college, and everybody knows when you just out of college, you don't have no money.
Right.
And there'll be artists coming to Charlotte. Charlotte is a good area. I mean, I think 85... Is it 85 and 95, or anyway, some major interstates run through Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
Like from both ways. So It's a big area where you get a lot of traffic for a lot of things happening. Because I mean, how often do you have two major interstates intersect in one city? Right. So Charlotte kind of flourished because of that, and so there'll be all these artists coming through all the time at these different places. And me and my friends would be like, oh, this is so great. And we're like, well, I can't afford a ticket. And like, I can't either. So, we had their music. So we would have our own little parties, and we called it a candlelight vigil. So we would light candles around whoever's apartment we were at for that particular party. And then we would put on our favorite music and have like our own little party by that artist. And if we knew who like the opening act was, like if anybody was into that artist, then we would have their music playing too, and we would have our own little like party, and that was like our little concert without it being a concert.
Look, we're gonna have to get you out of that little party concert space. What we're gonna do is we need to put up a donation page so you can get them. Donate to Mr. T, y'all. Donate to Mr. T, y'all. Look, people will donate to whatever. So we're gonna start a page.
I was saying, for the record, I have been to a Beyonce concert. I have seen her live. However, now at my ripe old age of 40 blah blah, I don't really want to be in line and having to dress up and doing all that stuff. I do it every once in a while. I'd be like, oh, I could go see her, or I could sit right here in my house and pull up some favorite videos.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform. With over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.
To pull up some concert footage and get my life right here and have my drink the way that I wanted to, and then I can go to bed and not have to fight traffic. And anybody that lives in the DMV, they understand I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to ride the metro. I don't have to deal with people. I can just go right to bed and then be up and ready for my class the next morning.
Well,
good morning.
that is very true. But if you look, Beyonce, if you out here listening, please send this man some tickets. Okay, if not, we're gonna get you a donation page very soon. So I will even contribute. Okay, because we're gonna make sure you don't even have to go through the line. Okay, we're gonna get you right there. So
let me find out. It's gonna be a Mr. T donation page because she's wrapping up the On the Run tour, and I was only trying to go to see her.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I can't afford her tickets, but I know some of my students go to the shows and they let me know. Yeah, it's fabulous, and they take pictures. And I'm like, thank you. I'm living through you.
There you go. Look, I love supporting people, but yeah, I got to spend my money just a little bit different, and $500-$600 for some tickets. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Okay, not
exactly.
Right now. Yeah, I guess
that's a mortgage, car
payment,
a couple car
payments.
Exactly.
I'm
like, I can use that money way differently now. Right. I just download your CD from iTunes, and you can get my $9.99. And we'll just call it even.
There you go. Look, you're still supportive, okay? You buy the shirts.
There you go.
You listen. You have your own parties. You're good. So you're still supportive.
I got the hoodie. I paid over $100 for that hoodie.
Look, see, that could have went to your donation page. You could have got that. Was been $100 off of that ticket.
No. You have to show up to a Beyonce concert in Beyonce garb.
Oh my goodness!
I won't even. Offline, I'll tell you what I wore to the last Beyonce concert that I went to. It was a good outfit too. It was back in my skinny mini days when I could wear whatever, and I was skinny, and everything was tight and fitting right. So, but anyway, we were talking about the fall. And happy birthday!
And then yesterday was talk like a pirate day. I don't know how to talk like a pirate. But I was like,
"Hi there, matey."
There you go.
That's all I got.
But I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where do they come? Who comes up with these celebrations? Okay, I'm like, who comes up with all this stuff? It ain't even October yet. I would think that would be something you do for the costume time frame, Halloween or something.
No,
but anyway.
Every day has like 2 or 3 or 4 or 15 different. It's this day because actually, when I worked in healthcare, we used to do that. When I worked especially when I worked in a nursing home, and I did direct care in nursing. Yes, everybody, I did do nursing. No, I will not give you a sponge bath, so don't ask. But seriously, like our community director would come up with these ideas. I'm like, oh, where did you get this idea that it's National Hot Dog Day? And she was like, oh, well, I went online and there's this calendar of where you can go and you can type in, event days or some kind of event calendar, and you find out stuff. And that's how they get ideas. And I'm like, oh, because did you know, like, it was like National Dog Day, like last weekend, and I didn't even know it. I didn't take any pictures of Pepper. I wasn't ready. Pepper wasn't ready. And I found out about it like 2-3 days later. I'm like, oh, I could have been putting him all over the internet. And he could have been making us money. But
there you go. So you need to get it together. Like, there's your new career. Okay, you and Pepper are gonna have a thing. Okay,
right. I'm gonna be his agent.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pimping him out because he cute and he know he cute.
But you know the funny part about we sit here, we're laughing about it, but there are many people who do that. I was watching something on TV not too long ago, and I was like, did these people have monkeys? I mean, they had all types of little creatures, and they were dressing them up, and they actually were hiring managers, and these people were making a true living. They weren't making a living. These animals were the stars, but of course the parents was keeping the money. Okay,
exactly.
They wearing the hell out of the animal to do their thing so they can make money out of them. Okay, so now we know what you are going to be doing for you and Pepper got a thing. Okay, so
I'm gonna become his agent, and he's gonna be in commercials
with
his little snagger-tooth self because he's missing the tooth in the front on the bottom. And he smiled, but it's so cute when he smiled. And he know how to lay down real cute. He just kind of lay out to the side. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna lay out," and you start rubbing him, and he just roll over.
Oh,
and you can let him rub your belly. I'm like, you can't just let everybody rub your belly.
He don't care. He said it feels good.
Exactly, but that's the problem. He's like, well, I just like it. So, but it's the only people that come in the house. So he's like, well, if you let him in the front door, then they got to be okay.
That's
because
right.
he know I ain't letting just anybody in the front door. So I'm like,
Look,
well, I
and
guess.
And then he
it's
said
all
they
right.
all got to take their turn to come and take care of him. So.
True.
Anyway, so hey, okay, now we're gonna move on. Okay, we always talk about a little bit of fashion, and now that fall is coming around the corner, just give me one little fashion tip.
One little fashion tip, just one.
Well, because if we go down that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna be rushing to get through the rest of the show.
I'm gonna say one, but I'm gonna give you 3 pieces to that. Well, actually, 2 pieces to that. Well, no, 3. Yes, 3. Real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna say accessories.
Okay.
And people, excuse me, are probably wondering accessories. What do you mean? Okay, it's fall. Ladies, I'm mainly talking to you, but the fellas, y'all listen in too, because y'all can chime in on this as well. Boots are back in season. Finally.
Yes.
Ladies, you can do the over the knee. You can do the dainty denim. You can do the futuristic wedge. You can totally work it out. Brothers, you can rock the boots. I love me a good boot. I mean, I would rock a boot in the summer with a long pair of pants and just sweat my butt off and just be like, well, whatever. I got to do what I got to do. But but also just going from boots to other accessories. Hats are back in. We can start wearing hats again. I mean, you can do a beret, a baker's cap, a beanie. You can bring those back in. It's time to start bringing them in. And then also camel color is the way to go. Whether it's a camel coat, a camel boot, a camel bag, a camel shoe, a camel wallet, a camel scarf. Wow. You can bring that right on back in because it's time to go ahead and break it back out, especially if it's a coat, because now it's time where we can start layering, which we talked about back in the spring about layering.
Yep.
So talk to our earlier show for our listeners who might be new, or rather those who have been following us. Now you can start layering, and of course, fall and spring are always the perfect seasons where you can mix in summer with winter and fall. You can kind of mix and match seasons based on the day. So pay attention to the weather and what's going on, and you can figure out how to make your wardrobe for the day work best for you so you stay nice and warm. So that's my fashion fall tip for today.
Oh,
Bam.
I love it.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.
Love it. And the thing I love, actually fall is really my favorite season because you get that nice, beautiful warmth during the day, and at night you get that little bit of crisp, and it's just perfect. It's a perfect balance. The other seasons, I like it when it's warm. I hate winter. I am not ready for any of that. So if we could just stick to fall all year round, I would be the happiest person in the world. So that's my favorite time because, like you said, you can dress more. I think you can dress more appropriately because you can have a better balance. So you're not. In the evening time, like I said, you can just put on that something cute, with them boots on. And I love my boots. I can't wait till it gets just a little bit chillier because them boots, I've got about 5, 6, 7 pair. I'm like, I don't wear nothing else. And the rest of this year, it'll be all boots. So
I know that's right. Like, hey, so when I see you stomping down the street, I'm like, yep, that's Lady K right there.
There you go.
She got it. She got the memo.
I sure did. There's some other ones who need to get the memo. Okay.
Right? Y'all better take note.
That's right. That's what we're here for, is to put that information out there, all this local stuff. And there's a lot of places out here that have some phenomenal boots. And, they're already starting to sell them, on top of everything else like Christmas, Halloween. Everything is all wrapped into one. I said, whatever happened to separating things? So you go to the store.
Hey, we just had New York Fashion Week. So New York Fashion Week kind of sets it off for the fall.
Right.
We're officially changing seasons. Of course, we're not fighting like some of the people that was fighting. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna go down that path because I'm like, what is wrong with? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we're not going there. We're not fighting. We just we're getting dressed and we going out and stepping and doing what we got to do, and then we coming home to light our candles and listen to our music.
That's right. And it's Beyonce music on top of it, okay?
Exactly.
You got
it.
All right. Well, yeah. So we got, like I said, fall's coming. We have all these other things. But, the next thing I really want to talk about is because we have fall and we're getting close to, really the year's almost coming to an end, so there's a lot of things I've been thinking about, a lot of stuff that's going to be changing towards the end of 2018 and on to 2019. And that's the show, the show that we're talking about now. As you know, we're actually a guest on my regular show, so it's been really cool to be able to take this wonderful show with Lady K Mistah T and make it. We're going to start eventually make it become its own. I don't think listeners have really paid much attention to how much we've been on these last few weeks and how much more we're going to be continuing to move forward with this show. So, the one thing we want to, I think I really would like to know is how much people really enjoy it. And, if they really want to see and hear this show as its own platform, not shared with the WSBI, Your Resource for Success, but its own platform, just strictly the Lady K Mistah T show. So, for those who are listening, if you have any ideas or you say yes or no, send us, a Facebook message, or just mark on Facebook. You can actually get on now and see, that, hey, you can come and chime and listen in anytime you want, obviously, but just let us know how much you like the show. And then if you would like for this to be on its own platform, because some of the other great changes that we're going to be having down the line, and that's with all my shows, is that they're going to, when I say they're going to be live, now you're hearing us live, which is something we will consistently do, but you will also physically start to see us live. Ain't that right, Mr. T? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means I get to be shaved every Thursday and be ready. Like, okay, I have to shave my face, make sure I look right, make sure my hair is right.
Mr. T got to be handsome, okay? You got to be handsome. You can't be running around looking crazy, right? So.
I got to go see my barber Jaime every Wednesday, get him tighten it up. Like, hey, Tighten it up. Tighten it up. They're going to be looking at me.
Exactly. So, these are some of the things that we're going to bring to the show. So for those who love to hear us, that's awesome. There will always be a podcast show, but it'll also be a live podcast show. So you will start to see us physically. We will be back on air, not next week, but we will be back the week after next. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you pay attention to what you're reading and when we're promoting this, because you never know what will happen in a couple of weeks. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So I just wanted to share that because there's so many different things that I really want to do to continue to improve the show. But I think this show is phenomenal, and I think it needs to be on its own platform. What do you think?
I totally agree.
I totally agree. And I think iHeartRadio and Spotify and all these other awesome entities would love to have us too. So, we're going to make this happen.
They're amazing platforms. And I take advantage of them all the time to listen to my favorite platforms, like my favorite podcast, as well as our own. Because I do go back and listen.
I know, I do too. Don't you love it?
Yeah, even though I'm like, I hate the sound of my voice. I sound horrible. I'm like, I don't like how I sound. Although I have noticed, I have noticed, in my maturity, that my voice actually sounds different than what it did in my 20s and my 30s. I'm like, my voice sounds a little bit more mature.
That's because you're a man now, darling. You are a man now.
I'm a man. I am now a man. And I got my man body to prove it. So, and I got my man appetite. So I want to feed me, darn it, feed me. I'm ready to eat. I don't want to go to the gym. I've been to the gym long enough. I'm ready to eat. And then I want to go to sleep.
Ain't that the truth? Oh, my gosh. Oh, that syndrome. But anyway, yeah, so we're excited about some of the new changes we're going to make. So everybody, like I said, just keep your eyes and your ears open because it's coming down the pike and it's coming very soon. Right?
It's coming soon. Coming at you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we got about 15 more minutes left in the show, so we have a few more other things that we really need to focus on and talk about. So would you like to go on to the next section?
I would.
Show?
I'll kick off. We have some wonderful events going on. Some going on in the month of October. I do have a couple going on in the month of September, going on this weekend.
Okay.
Since we are live, I like to try to do events that are going on in the DMV, especially for our listeners there.
Absolutely.
That they can go to immediately and not have to wait until next month or a couple weeks for. But kicking off our events, I'm going to talk about you, Lady K.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we're going to skip past September. We're going to come back to September.
Okay.
But in October 13th, 2018, from 2 to 5, in Atlanta, Georgia, Chocolate City.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform. With over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.
Our Lady K, Miss Kimberly McLemore, author extraordinaire, has a book reading and signing at the, am I saying this right,
Yes, you are. Madu.
Madu Bookstore. And so the book signing is at the second largest African American owned bookstore in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in Atlanta, you can be there for this and meet Lady K. And maybe I'll send a couple pictures so y'all can see what Mr. T looks like.
Exactly. Look, yeah, because I'm about to start. I need to get my cardboard, picture of you. So when you need to sit it right next to me because you're not, because you can't physically be there with me. So we're gonna have to have one made of you because I just, can't live without you some days.
Exactly, and I can't do without you, dear. But you're gonna have to do without me because you're gonna be in Greenbrier Mall at 2841 Greenbrier Parkway, Southwest. Because we know directions make a difference.
Yes.
Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, 30331. Would you like to say a little bit more about the book signing, Lady K?
Yeah, I'm just, you said it all pretty much, but I'm really excited about this opportunity. I've had wonderful conversations with the owner of the store, and she's extremely excited. She's already got the flyers out there running constantly, and, I'm just hoping that we have a great turnout. It's a great opportunity for me to meet other women and men who are out here who are going through the situation of domestic violence, because this is what this book signing and reading is about. So come and hear a little bit about my story, and I'm also going to give you some tips and talk about how to move forward, and let's have a great discussion. So I hope to see as many people as possible because it is in a phenomenal mall, because my understanding is this place is pretty cool. So, hey, October 13th, I'll be. That is like, 3 weeks from now? I mean, I can't believe that's even just around the corner. So it just goes to show you how quickly things move. And so I'm, like I said, really excited about having the opportunity to be there. And we'll have some phenomenal pictures to show for those who aren't able to make it. But, Atlanta is just a hop, jump, and a skip. So get on a plane and come on and hang out with us.
Hey. Okay, Kay.
That's right. All right. And so the next event, did you want to talk about the September stuff, or do you want to continue to roll with our October stuff?
I can hit a couple of September events really quickly. I'll be very, very, very brief. One that I want to highlight is going on at Results Fitness in Alexandria, Virginia, at 7770 Richmond Highway, Suite C, Alexandria, Virginia 22306. There's a Zumba masterclass with a rhythm jammer for Zumba. His name is Von Gossi. His specialty is cumbia. So if you don't know about cumbia is really the true language of love. Not lambada, but cumbia. Because you hold out like a candle and you want to present it to your love, your amor. So his specialty is that particular rhythm. It's not just strictly cumbia. Sometimes it's cumbia with other rhythms mixed with like merengue, or it could be cumbia mixed with reggaeton, or cumbia mixed with mumbaton, or bhangra, or just different sounds. And so that will be happening once again at Results Fitness in Alexandria, Virginia, on Richmond Highway in Alexandria, Virginia, this Saturday, September 22nd, from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Once again, it is with our rhythm jammer for Zumba, Von Gossi, and it is $10 if you're not a member of the gym. If you are a member of the gym, or if you're a Zen member, if you're Zen, Z-I-N, then you know what that means.
Right.
So I don't have to explain that, and I will not go any further. Then you're only paying $7. So Zen members and gym members of Results Fitness get a $3 discount. And for non-members of the gym, you will be paying $10, and it's going to be amazing. He also won, by the way. He is a Zumba jammer, and a Zumba jammer basically is a person who acts as a conduit between the Zumba instructors and the education specialists that teach Zumba instructors how to do what they do. So they're kind of like the middle ground between the people who teach and the people who learn. And he was actually the Rhythm Jammer of the Year for 2018. Ooh, wow. So he's a treat, and he's been here before. He's been to Woodbridge at a Gold's Gym Lake Ridge, actually.
Okay.
I think about 6 months ago or so. So
awesome.
So he's back. So he's back by technically popular demand. So
All
he's
right.
back, and so he's ready to do his thing. So be aware of that. And I'll wrap my other one up really, really quickly. I want to shout out our homeboy Socrat Fuego.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
yes. He was our guest on our last show, and he is doing a show with Maria Browning, who is a Zumba education specialist, along with himself. They're doing a master class at Spotlight Studio, where he is housed, which is at 18505 North Frederick Avenue, Gaithersburg, Maryland, 20879. Tickets are $15. It is also on September 22nd. It's from 12 to 1:30 p.m. So if you're in Maryland and you can't make it to Virginia, you can go right on over to Gaithersburg, hang out with our boy Socrat and Maria, have a great time, get your life. You'll be paying a little bit more, but you're not traveling as far, so it works out. So there you go.
There you go. That sounds like a plan. And yeah, I forgot all about that one on Saturday. So, I had to come on and check that one out. So it sounds like a good time. So
it is.
All righty. And so let me quickly go through some of these other ones because time is ticking very fast. Why does it always go fast when it comes towards the end? Okay,
it does. We're like, okay, we got to cram all this in.
Exactly.
It's okay.
So the next big event, though, I do want us to really, shout this one out. We have on Saturday, October the 20th, from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Gold's Gym ETC Woodbridge. We are having a major event there. It is the Purple and Pink Zumbathon fundraising party event. It's a disco party, and we're excited about this. We're excited about it only because the fact that it's a unique type of event. This event, we're going to be focusing on not just breast cancer awareness for the month of October, but also domestic violence awareness for the month of October. So
that's right.
This party is a 70s disco type party. It's a fundraising event. All of the proceeds are going to go to Susan G. Komen Foundation. And I also have finally found a shelter that I really want to send the funds to, the other proceeds, and it's called ACT, which is a program that's over here and actually in Woodbridge. And they have several different programs, not just for domestic violence shelter, but also for other programs, for housing people who are homeless and so forth. But I thought it was the most phenomenal place. I've finally got a chance to do some research and been reaching out as much as I can back and forth because I'm on the road here a lot here in the next couple of weeks. So that is going to be the other shelter that is going to get the other half of the proceeds. So the one thing we're looking for, everybody, is we're not looking for a lot of money. It's, hey, if you can donate $1, $3, $5, and $10,
Amen.
That's what we're looking for, because we feel that this event we're here to have a good time, but we're also here to spread some information. So we're going to try to have some exhibitors there. If you want to be a sponsor, so you want people to know more about what you have provided that you provide here in the community, let us know. We have plenty of information out there right now on Facebook, on both of our pages. So it's really, really important that people get involved and realize that we shouldn't just have these conversations in the month of October, but because October is the focused month for both of these situations and these events, domestic violence awareness and breast cancer awareness, we really would like for everybody to participate, right?
Yes, that's right. And we have an amazing lineup of instructors
Yes.
that will be coming. So we have, if I may say really quickly.
Oh, please.
We have Zumba Jammer for Virginia, and she is amazing. Her specialty is African dance. Her name is Rita Cohen.
Yes.
She's going to be there.
Woo.
We have Socrat coming from Maryland. He's awesome with his awesome program. We have Michelle Hunter of Hips Fitness lending her awesome talents.
Awesome.
And she's got an amazing story to share that she may or may not share with us that day as well. And we have Manny Carreras coming, who has been like a Zumba father to many of us guys and gals here in the local community.
Whoop, whoop.
And then we have Anna Desai. She is amazing. She's located mostly like in Alexandria and Woodbridge. She's an amazing instructor. Those who know her know her. If you don't know her, you need to get to know her. And then, of course, I'll be there doing probably
Yes.
the warm up, the cool down, and maybe I'll do a couple songs in between. But the focus will definitely be on the other instructors. So
yeah, you know, and you know, I'm gonna have to join you up on the stage for at least one of those. You know, I got to show off my little Zumba
You
talent.
better. If you don't, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
I know. But you know me, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I am
You and I both.
coming up there.
You and I both.
Exactly. Since we are sponsoring this event, we're sponsoring it through the Women's Small Business Initiative, which is one of my businesses, and we're also sponsoring it through
Move with T LLC, which you can find on Facebook and Instagram.
That's right. So that's a really important event. So I just wanted to spend a couple extra minutes on that. The next thing I want to talk about real quickly, of course, is my other big event coming up. We have on Saturday, October 27th from 10 to 2 in Easton, Pennsylvania, are going to be doing it's called Write Your Story Self-Publishing Workshop. And I'm real excited about this because it's going to be hosted by Chrissy Joy Met, and it's going to be held at her center called Joyful Self Wellness Center. So I'm going to be facilitating it as I am the certified self-publishing trainer and author. And like I said, she is going to be hosting a phenomenal event. We have some extra speakers coming in. I mean, it is going to be amazing. So for those who are interested in learning how to write their own story, I'm going to teach you how to do all that in 90 days. So you need to be there. You can register. It's $50. There's no excuse to say, oh, it's too expensive, because believe me, this can cost a whole lot more for all the things that we're going to be providing. So you can go on to Facebook. You can go on to my author Kimberly M. McLemore LLC Facebook link, and you can sign up there, or you can also find all the information on my personal page. But I really want people to think about their creativity and go ahead and realize that we all have a story to tell. There's something we need to learn. But for those who also have already written that story and they got that book still sitting on the shelf, don't know what to do with it, you still need to come to the event, because I'm going to teach you how to get that up and going so you can get self-published, right?
That's right.
Right.
Get into it. Get with it. Tell your
That's
story.
right. That's
Somebody needs to hear
right.
it.
Exactly. Leave your legacy while you're alive. Don't wait till you're dead to leave that legacy. That's what I
Get your
always tell
roses.
people.
Get your roses now.
Hey,
as they
thank
say.
you. Exactly. So like I said, it's coming up Saturday, October 27th from 10 to 2. So that's just 4 or 5 weeks away. I'm starting to lose track of my weeks now. But the other thing that we normally do at the end of the show, you know, I don't know, do we really want to do this part? Because we've really we were so inspirational in our early conversation that, you know, I think we really gave out a whole lot of love and hugs. But do you have any extra thoughts that you may have?
Well, you know, because we do our moment of inspiration, and you know what? Even though she got into a fight and she spearheaded it, I'm going to quote Cardi B. You know, I'm not saying that I'm a specific fan of hers outside of Nicki Minaj, but she had a song that, when she introduced her debut album, she said, "I get knocked down not 9 times, but I get up 10."
Amen.
So no matter how many times you get knocked down, you can still get back up.
That's right.
So,
even when things are unexpected, right?
that's right. Even when things are just because you're struggling, don't mean you're failing.
Exactly. So, wow, that was an awesome moment of inspiration, and I just loved our talk. I loved our talk earlier this evening. It was something that was needed, and it was absolutely inspiring. And I thank you for that moment.
Thank you.
Love it. And of course, you know, we are coming to the end of the show. We are actually at the 1 hour mark. So anyway. And as usual, Mr. T, you know, I love spending my time with you.
And I love hanging out with you, Lady K. Thank you for letting me into your world.
Oh, absolutely, because you're already a part of my world. So,
we're a Disney song. A part of your world.
Love it. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I have to say, it's been a phenomenal show. Again, thank you so much for spending time with me. The listeners, remember, we will be live, not next week, but the week after next. Keep an eye on all the changes that are coming to the show. We will see you soon. Until the next time, good night. And we'll see you all in a couple weeks. Night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. We will be back next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Follow us on Spreaker, www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. View our new WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform. With over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.